Hello students, I guess you are fit and fine at your place. So let's start today's class. Okay students? So students, what I have something for you. I have an object in front of you of your screen, right? So you have to identify the name of the object. Do you see an object, right? So a digital image in front of your screen. So students, what is this name of this object? You write it down your answer in the comment box, students. Yes, this is a tank, right? Water tank. So students, will you tell me what is the geometrical shape for this tank, water tank? Yes. Yes, do you find it out any geometrical shape for this? Yes, very good. So it is in the form of cube, right? Very good students. Now students, you have to tell me, is this cube and water tank is in the form of two-dimensional or three-dimensional? Yes, it is the 2D or 3D. Yes students. Yes, very good. So it is the three-dimensional, right? Three-dimensional shape. Okay, so you identify this is a water tank and in the form of a cube. Okay students, so let's see what we have next. So basically students, a cubical tank it is. Okay students, so it holds how many liters of water? That is, you can see the water tank is there, right? So it holds the 64,000 liters of water. You have to find it out the length of its side of in meter. So students, how you will calculate? So this is a cubical tank, right? So let's see its height. So let me make a cube for you. So it will act as a cube, right? So students, you have to find it out its length of because we know that a cube is that cuboid in which whose length, breadth and height is all are equal, right? Then we can say it is a cube. So students, how you will able to find it out its length? Do you know what is the formula to calculate its length with it, or is there any other way to find it out? Yes? No? It's okay students, that is our topic of discussion that we are going to discuss about today's topic, that is volume of cube. So this is we are going to discuss the volume of cube, whose concept we are going to discuss, as well as we are going to say about the applications. Okay, so let's see first what we have. So you can see that what is volume of cube. So volume of cube is that it is the total three-dimensional space occupied by a cube. So if we have any cube, you can see it, so the total space that is in the cube only, so that is called as a volume. Okay, so you can see its students in the right hand side, there we have three things: edge, face and vertex, right? So you know that what is face. There are 6 faces in the cuboid. Edges, you can see it, these are the line segment are called as the edges, right, which are being attached. And the vertices, those word edges which are attached to each other, that are called vertices, right students? So students, do you know when we say that length, breadth and height, then we have a cube, right? So this is our of cube. So students, let's see what is the formula for the cube. So we have a formula for a cube, which we know that a cube is whose length, cuboid, the volume of cuboid, that is cuboid is length into breadth into height. But students, here we are discussing about cube. So students, only from the cuboid we get cube. So how? Because we know that in the cube all the length, breadth, there is a one condition students, length equal to breadth equal to height, then we can say this is a cube. So for the cube, for the volume of cube, we have all sides of length and breadth in height are equal, so that's why we consider as a. If a is a one side of a length, then other side also all are become the same. So that's why if you multiply 3 times of a, we get a cube, right? So that way is you can get it a formula for a volume of a cube. So here you can see students, where A is the length of a side of a cube or edges, then the volume of cube is a three-dimensional, as we discussed, by a cube, right? So that is only the volume of cube. Now students, let's solve this question to find it out its length. How you will find it out its length? Now will you use this formula to find it out? Yes? Okay students, very good. So we can say that a cubical tank can hold 64,000 liters of water. So how it is? Find the length of its size in meter. So you have to find it out in meter. So you can tell about me that we have a volume is 64,000 liter in the form of, and we know that this is a cubical. So we know the formula of cube, that is V equal to A cube, right? So will you put the values, that is 64,000 equal to A cube, right? Now you have to take the cube root students, then way you can also solve. Now there is no other way to solve this, so you have to take the cube root. So take a cube root on the both sides. So that way if we take the cube root on this, we get only A, because cube root and cube square is being cubic is going to cancel out. Now students, tell me the answer. What is the unit for this A value? You will get it. And students, here you notice that we have a volume in liters. So we firstly need to be converted, because then you will get the units in meter, right? So we have to make some changes. We know that 1 meter cube, right, 1 meter cube equal to 1000 liter, right? So what we will do students, we will divide by 1000 this number. Okay, so if you divide this number with 1000, you cancel out and you get it under root cube root 64. So now you have to tell me the value of A. Yes students, what is the answer? In meters you get, right? Yes, yes, very good. So we get A equal to 4 meter, right? If you know that if you multiply 4 times 4 into 4 into 4, then we get 64, right? So that is only the cube root of 64 is 4. So this is the correct answer. So that means the value of this and length we get as a 4 meter, or every length are going to be same, right? So every length is going to be 4 meter only. Okay students, so let's come forward. So there is one filling the blanks in front of you. Read the question properly, then you have to give me the answer. Okay, write it down. If you know the answer, write it down in the comment box students. Yes, the volume of a cube can be formed by dash, by multiplying or dividing the edge times of a length 3 times you have to multiply. So what is the answer? If you want to find it out the volume of cube, then you have to multiply the edge length 3 times, or you have to divide it. Yes students, write it down your answer. Yes, very good. We multiply, right? We know that the volume is 3 times of a edge. This is we multiply, so then only we get A cube. Very good students. So correct answer is multiply. Okay, now let's come forward students. What we have next for you? So you have to find it out the volume of cube for each of whose side is given to you. So first side is in front of your screen is 5 centimeter. So let's go with the first one students. So we have a side is given for us for a cube, right? So let's say A equal to 5 centimeter. Now students, what we have to do? You have to find out the volume of cube. So do you remember the volume of cube formula? Yes, the volume of cube is formula is A cube, right? So you have to multiply the A, that's value, that is 5 cube. We know that 5 cube means 5 into 5 into 5 means 3 times of a side. So now multiply it and give me the answer. What is the units for the volume, students, do you get at last? Yes, very good. So that is centimeter cube. So write it down your answer in the comment box and tell me, do you get the same way of solving this question or not? So I guess you have done, students. Okay, so yes, we have a correct answer, that is 125 centimeter cube, right student? Now students, pause this video and solve the question number 2, that whose part is given to you, whose side is 3.5 meter now. So do it and write it down your answer. If you get it, write it down your answer in the comment box. So I guess students, you have done it. So let's see, we do together on this screen. So we know that A is 3.5 meter, right? So we need to calculate its volume. So volume, we know that A cube for the cube. So you have to multiply 3.5 with 3 times, right? So 3.5 into 3.5 into 3.5. Okay, so now tell me the answer. What's the unit, students? It's a meter cube. So if you get it the answer, tell me your answer. Yes, write it down your answer if you get it in the comment box. So okay students, so I guess you get it. So let's match your answer. That is, I get it answer 42.875. that is a meter cube. So this is our volume for the whose side is given as a cube for a 3.5 meter. Okay students, so let's come forward. So see, now you have to analyze this image and explain in your own words. So what do you understand by this image in front of you? What are the objects, students, in front of you? Yes, first we have a dice, right? Second we have a rubric cube. Third we have a sugar cube. And fourth we have a ice cube, right? So students, why I am showing these all types of cubes to you, right? Because we are discussing here the volume of cube, right? So you can see in the dice also we have some weight. So in the dice we have some volume. So there only it is made up of dice, right? Some structure is there of a dice. And rubric cube also, as ice cube also containing such a volume, so that's why it form of a cube. And sugar cubes also. So these are the basically the types, the cubes which is in our surrounding, and we them also help us to calculate the volume. Whenever you went to the market, students, so you check out how many kgs of you want sugar cubes, right? So sugar you want, so there you come to know that how many weight is there, how much weight is there. So there we calculate the volume in the form of kilograms. Okay, so now let's come forward. So this is in front of you. Straight, true or false? So students, do you find it out this statement is correct or not? You have to give me the answer in the comment box with true or false. Okay, the volume of cube is the total three-dimensional space occupied by cube. So is it a correct statement or incorrect? So that's give your answer and read it carefully, then give it. Okay, So very good students. So that means the volume of cube is the, we know that total three-dimensional space occupied by a cube only, right? So therefore we can say that it is true, right? So it is true statement. Okay students, so let's come forward. Now students, in front of you there is one object, right? So you have to identify it, which is the geometrical shape and what is that object. Do you find it out? Okay students, so I guess you have seen these types of blocks, right? Have you played with these types of blocks where you make buildings from by joining these blocks upon one another, right? So we can make the buildings from these. So students, which kind of geometrical shape do you find it out here? So we have a, basically we have a cubes, right? Everywhere we can see that different colored cubes in the picture, right? Green, purple, red, orange, blue. Yes, so these all are kinds of cubes, different kinds of cubes, that is with the different colors, but the sizes remain same for all, right? So let's see what we have a problem. So see, a child is there who is playing with these building blocks. Okay, so a child who is playing the building blocks which are in the shape of cubes, right? So you can see this is a child has made. So these are the building blocks he or she had made with the form of cubes. So she built a structure which is shown in figure, right? And this is a figure. If the edge of each cube, so if you know the edge of a one cube, you know it is a 3 centimeter. Okay, so you know that edge of a cube, a single cube, that is 3 centimeter. Next what we have, so you have to find out the volume of the structure built by the child. So what is the volume for the all these cubes that is formed by the child as a structure? So students, we only know a side edge of a one of the cubes. So for every cube it's going to be the same, right? So students, how you will do for this question? So students, we know that for a cube, we know that all our sides are equal. So firstly we will calculate with the volume for a single cube, right? So we will calculate the volume of one cube. Of a cube, that is 3 into 3 into 3. Why 3 into 3? Because we know that the volume is equal to A for a cube, A cube, right? So that's why we have a 3 into 3 into 3. So we get, yes, what is the volume? What is the answer for this? It is centimeter cube. Yes, yes, it is 27 centimeter cube, right students? Now students, we just find it out for the single cube which you can see in front of your screen. For find it out the structure, so you have to count the number of cubes are there in this building. So let's count together. Okay, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. So basically students, we have 15 such cubes are there to form this kind of building. So what you will do students, for finding out the volume of whole structure, so what you have to do, you have to multiply this cube that you get for the one cube. So you will multiply with the 15, then you will get the cube for whole. Okay, so let's do it. Multiply this and tell me the answer. So we have a volume of structure, right, which is come out We know that how many structure or how many cubes are there in this structure, that is 15. And what is the volume, do we get it? Is it 27? So multiply it and tell me what is the answer for this centimeter cube for this structure. So the volume, yes students, yes, very good. So you have to multiply and write it down your answer in the comment box. Yes students, so basically we get the answer as a 450 centimeter cube. Okay students, so check out your answer. Do you get the same volume of a structure for the building blocks made by this child? Yes. Okay, very good students, very good. So check out your answer. Okay, so now let's come forward. So see, one more question is there, so read this question properly and tell me how you will do this question. So we have a volume of a cube formula, we have to use it. Okay, then you have to calculate the side of a cubic cube which is in front of you, whose volume is given in form of a inches. So you have a volume students. Now you have to find it out the side of a Rubik cube. So you know the volume but you don't know the side. So we will calculate this Rubik cube side, or for Rubik cube we know that every side is going to be same, right? So do this question students. So we know that volume is given which is 64 inches are there students. Remember, here is the units in the form of inches cube. So we know that volume is equal to a cube, right? And we have a 64 as a volume. So now what you have to do, you have to take a cube root. So if you take the cube root you get a. So now tell me the answer in the form of in the inches, the side of a value in the form of inches. So what is the value of a? Yes, very good students. So we get as 4 inch as a side of a Rubik cube. Okay students, very good. So let's come forward. So now we have a question for you students. Find the volume of a cube having the sides of length 7 centimeter. So if we have a cube whose length is given as a 7 centimeter, then tell me what is your correct answer. So please use your volume of cube formula and put it all the terms and do it. Yes. Okay, very good. So we know that volume is equal to a cube. So we have a as a 7 into 7 into 7, right? So tell me the answer students. Yes, very good. So we have a C is the correct answer, right? So match your answer students. Do you get the same answer or not? Okay, so now let's recap what we have discussed today in the class. Okay, so basically we discussed about today the volume of cube whose product is all the dimensions of a length and breadth, whose when you multiply all when they are equal, right? Now students, volume of cube, that is a cube, right? Now you have to find the volume of cube whose length is given as a 10 centimeter. So we know that volume is equal to a cube. So you have to multiply 10 into 10 into 10. So how much we get in the form of centimeter cube? So that is 1000, right? So now students, it's homework. 2 questions are there. Read the statement properly, then you will understand it what we have going to find it out. Okay, and the last we have an activity in which you have to take the square sheet paper or a chart paper, right? Under that you have to make some dimensions you have to take. So you know that this is square, right? So thereafter you have to taken out the equal size, remove the equal size square from them, okay, and fold and flip to open cuboidal box and tabulate the dimensions for them and find it out the volume and as well as complete the table which is in front of you in the left hand side. And this is the diagram which we talking about in the first for the construction where we making the experiment. So students, at last you have to share the observation and the about table and answer these following two questions which I have given you, okay students. So now we are going to meet in the thank you students, we are going to meet in the next video with an interesting topic, okay.